Welcome to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today in my swing studio, and today is going to give you the #1 drill to improve your pitching. Stay tuned to find out more. As mentioned, today's video is going to be about pitching, and I'm really going to be talking about trying to match your arm speed to your body speed for more precise pitching. So this is an area I find a lot of golfers struggle with. In lots of parts of the game, we really want to actually use our body to generate speed and power. In this style of shot, we're actually trying to use our body correctly to develop consistency of speed, launch angle, and therefore distance. I get a lot of people when they're talking about pitching are obsessed with spin, but what I find the more I practice, the more I realise my spin rates vary. I might hit the same length of shot, but there's so many factors that are affecting it that my spin rate will be a little bit all over the show. What I'm really trying to control is the dynamic loft at impact and therefore the launch angle. If I can get the ball launching at the same angle, I can get consistency of distance, I can get the consistency of flight, so the angle of descent, the ball is coming to the ground at roughly the same angle, and I know how that ball's going to react on the green. So I'm going to show you a couple of really simple exercises to start to match up your arm speed to your body speed. So one that I'm sure you've probably seen before, done before, tried before, would just be a towel across your chest under both arms. By all means, you could put a couple of gloves under there. I've got a 58-degree wedge and I've got a 40-yard shot here. And I'm just going to make some relevant practice swings, which are around hip height. Just trying to match up my arm speed to my body speed. So I'm not getting my body stalling at all. We're really trying to get our lower body as well as our torso working at the same speed. And it's controlling my arms rather than the other way around. We don't want our hands and arms disconnecting, moving away from our body. We're really trying to sync them as best as possible. And the other exercise I've got for you is just using a tour stick up the side of the club. I've got some thinner ones here that I can actually fit down the end of the grip. And this is going to go under my lead armpit. And again, it's just trying to match up my body speed, making sure there's no stall in my body, that it's not this way at all. I really want everything working together to stop this cane really slapping me too hard, and you'll hear it, the difference if I got it wrong. So can we match up my body speed here? And what I'm finding, because it's causing my hips and my chest to rotate towards the target, is my head is rotating as well. So I hate the thought, as I'm sure you've heard me say before, if you've seen any of my videos, keep the head down, rubbish. We actually really want to feel like our head is starting to track towards the target to allow my shoulders and my hips to keep rotating to try and match up my body speed. So I'm going to go ahead and hit a couple. So I've got a 40-yard shot, as I said, and I'm going to hit these first two with a cane up the side. And then see if I can repeat it without the cane there. And what I'm trying to get is consistency of dynamic loft and consistency of launch angle, ideally, for a 40-yard pitch shot. It's gone about the right distance. I'm not sure it was my best strike, but about the right loft on the club, 52 degrees. I tend to find hitting a 40-yard pitch shot, I'm hitting it with about 52, 53 degrees of loft. So I'm de-lofting this 58 by 5 or so degrees. Let's do one more. Very similar trajectory, very similar flight. You can see the ball responding the same way as it hits the ground. 53 degrees of loft, so exactly what I was talking about there. So, it might be a surprise to some that we're de-lofting it, but we don't want a huge de-loft value. We don't want our hands leading the golf club through impact here. We want to try and return more level, but I don't find many golfers who do exactly that. So 52 and then 53 degrees of dynamic loft. We got the ball launching at 37 and 38 degrees. So it was the same peak height, 8 yards high, and the ball's coming into the ground at roughly the same angle. That's what I'm interested in, rather than trying to match spin rates. Okay, it's much more interesting trying to get the right launch angle. And I would focus on it always really being controlled by the body, by the big muscles, not the hands and arms. Let me see if I can hit one more without the cane in, see if I can repeat the same thing, same action. Matching up my hand speed and my body speed. Well, felt pretty good. Just a little shorter. What did that fly? 35. It was a little on the short side. Very good dynamic loft, actually. It's potentially a little easier when I haven't got the cane up the side of the club, because of course that does mean my hands are a little bit more forwards. I'd be really happy with that lofted impact. You can see there I actually managed to hit it with 56 degrees of dynamic loft, so I've only de-lofted it by a couple of degrees. Really, really happy with that. What was the launch angle? It was, just because of the dynamic loft, just a fraction higher, just under 40 degrees. But they're the key points for me when I'm hitting these shots. So maybe it's just a case of using the towel exercise or the cane exercise to get that feeling of matching the speed. But when we're actually looking at launch angles and dynamic loft on the club, obviously doing it without any training aid in there. I know if you can start to get your body working and controlling this action, it's definitely going to help your pitch shots, make you more precise. Focus more on launch angle. If you've got anything to measure it, great. The loft impact, fantastic. Don't worry so much about the spin rate. Let's try and control the launch angle. Yeah. I know that's going to help your pitching. If that did, make sure you post some comments and questions below. Let us know how you got on with it. And any videos you'd like to see in the future, post some ideas below. Make sure you also subscribe to the channel for all the other videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 5:30. Thanks guys, we'll see you soon.